Testing, testing, testing. All right, let me just get this started. So happy to finally be getting this done. So just need to do a couple more things, go through my quick little checklist. So great. Got my coffee. Oh, got my coffee. Got my coffee. Got my glasses. Got my pen and my notes. So let's get started. All right. So unfortunately, excuse me. So unfortunately, I'm at the point in my eyesight that I need a new prescription. So I have my glasses on right now, but I probably will be taking them off multiple times during this whole thing. So first things first, thank you for visiting the channel. It is relatively new. This would be my first new official video. My name is Renee Phillips, and I have my notes here to make sure that I stay on script. So if I'm looking away, I have my monitors, have my notes here, so I just make sure that I don't miss anything. So just to introduce myself, my name is Renee Phillips. I am the founder of Ardent Sanctuary and Inc. All right, hoping that this is the best one yet. So forgive me as I look off to the side because I have my notes and I want to make sure that I stay on script because I do have a tendency to kind of go off topic and ramble a bit. But my name is Renee Phillips. First and foremost, welcome to the Ardent YouTube channel or wherever it is on social media that you are viewing this. Thank you for taking the time to watch. My name is Renee Phillips. I am the founder of Ardent Sanctuary and Rescue Inc. Ardent is a non-profit and sanctuary that will provide a last home for shelter dogs and cats. And while I'm in the early stages of developing a physical location, I decided to just work on building my virtual community with you guys to introduce you all to Ardent and hope that you follow along on our journey. So I currently work for a veterinary hospital in Delaware. I'm not a veterinarian, nor am I a licensed veterinary technician. So the information that I'm sharing is largely based on personal experience for having been a pet parent since I was 16. I'm in my mid 40s now, so I got 30 years of solid experience with dogs and cats, and the knowledge that I've gained from working at the hospital and within veterinary medicine. So this video is going to be about veterinary financing. Why did I choose veterinary financing as the first topic? I decided to speak on this since this is something that, of course, affects many of our clients. If you also work in veterinary medicine, whether you work on phones, you're the doctor, you're the technician, at some point you come in contact or hear about the troubles that some of the clients have who are financial, and veterinary financing for wellness, for procedures, for emergencies does affect whether or not they get the care that they need if they don't have that extra income to pay for what's necessary. So veterinary financing is something that can help everyone, even if you're not living paycheck to paycheck. Who doesn't need a little bit of helping? The more you know, kind of situation. So, and being financial doesn't mean that you are low income, nor is it something to be ashamed of. With all of my experience, I've been financial. I'm still financial. I work at the veterinary hospital, so I'm able to get discounts. So without those discounts, taking care of my pets would be a struggle. So I understand. So this is something that's very important to me, that has affected me, and I want to share a little bit of information, just kind of start a conversation for you guys. And hopefully you'll learn something that you didn't know or consider something that you didn't before. So everyone is struggling with something in their life, and our fur babies are our companion animals and part of our families, but they do come with financial responsibilities. So veterinary financing was just the most important thing to start with. So, and when you think about it, we all know that veterinary medicine doesn't offer the same financial assistance that human medicine does. You work for an employer, or you can even buy your own kind of affordable medical insurance for whether you're single or you have a household. That's much easier to come by with better options, better coverage than it is for pet insurance. And we're kind of at the point in the economy where having an animal, a pet, is a luxury, and it shouldn't be like that, because I believe that everybody should have a pet and deserves to have a pet. So to get started, I hope that this information is helpful and you share it with others. So to get started, I do need to read a disclaimer, so just bear with me. The information provided in this video is for informational purposes only. This content does not constitute financial advice or a guarantee of approval from any of the institutions mentioned. I nor Tuck Paws Sanctuary and Rescue Inc. have no affiliation or co-ownership with any other organizations discussed. And for personalized advice, please contact a financial professional or directly contact the institution. What are the different options for veterinary financing? It's generally, it's a general practice that when you go to any veterinary hospital, whether it's private or corporate, services or payment is due for services when they are rendered. Very few people are billed unless you are a longtime client with the practice. Maybe you have some type of connection, but it is rare that they will agree to bill you. So one of the things, I will only advise you guys to do things that I have either tried myself or I'm willing to do myself. So first thing, build a credit account with your regular veterinary office. Basically just have credit on your account to use when you need it. You can put it towards your regular checkups, but it's something that will most certainly come in handy when an emergency arises. Not if an emergency arises, when the emergency arises. So you, every week, you put a few dollars, whatever it is that you can afford to put on weekly, bi-weekly, however often you're paid, or if you have a bonus, put some money aside for your veterinary bill. If you just consider that if you use multiple veterinary locations, if they're not affiliated with each other, the credit may not be transferable. So if you build credit with your primary vet, you can't expect them, or really should ask them to, hey, can you refund that back to my card? Refund that back to my card so I can take it somewhere else. They probably won't do that. They will appreciate you having credit with them, but they probably will not send it to any other location. So if you do have multiple vet offices that you use, consider setting up a separate bank account, or get like a low cost or no fee or low fee debit, Visa or MasterCard, something that you can keep separate from your household expenses, from your kids and all that stuff, and just dedicate it specifically for vet services, especially if you are a multi-pet household. This is something that will surely come in handy. So consider building a credit account with your vet office. So I work for a veterinary hospital, and although I get discounts, I still have to pay the bill. After they apply those discounts, the bill is due for me also. I thankfully have a credit on my account right now because I've been paying on it because I know I'm going to need it. I have a dog that needs surgeries coming up. There's preventatives, there's routine checkups, and I have senior dogs. So senior dogs, it's inevitable that you're going to need to bring them to the vet for one reason or another. So I have a credit on my account, so I'm advising that you build credit on your account if you can afford to do that. So the benefits are pretty obvious. You have the immediate access to funds in case, when an emergency arises. You can put that towards your annual visits. Diagnostics is something that people often decline because they just don't have the extra funds, and it can be expensive, but is necessary also. It helps with budget management. It helps to spread the costs over time, and you don't have to worry about that unexpected bill because you have the credit that you can rely on. And it also gives you that peace of mind. Peace of mind when you're already dealing with a potentially stressful situation. If your pet is at the hospital for if they got hurt or anything, you're already stressed out, and then you have to worry about, oh, how am I going to pay for this? So I know you're anticipating that the bill is going to be so high, but I have credit. So definitely consider that. Also consider just building a good, solid relationship with your vet. It is rare that your vet will bill you if you are a new client. Some people do get billed, but also if you are recognized as being a good client, someone who pays their bill on time, you don't have to track you down for a bill. They're not billing you, but if you don't pay, you don't pay. So sometimes they unfortunately have to do that. So if you build a good relationship with your vet, they might consider things. If you are someone who typically pays the bill on time or already has credit on your account, but you had to use that because of an emergency, came up, they might, cut you a break. So be a good client, pay your bill on time, and it doesn't hurt to ask. Also take advantage of the potential discounts and special offers that your vet may promote. My particular hospital does a heartworm clinic annually. Lots of savings off heartworm preventative. If you've ever bought these for your pets, especially if you have multiple pets, this is hundreds of dollars for preventatives, which is far less than the hundreds or thousands of dollars that would cost if they got sick off of contracting, some type of disease from the environment, the insects, parasites, and all those things. So preventatives are worth the investment, but it can be costly. So take advantage of special offers and discounts if your vet does offer them. Make sure that you are signed up for your email reminders. We're just in that digital age where we're not really mailing out things anymore. So be sure that you are signed up for text messages. A lot of our clients, they're replying because we send out the text reminders for their appointments. And, if vaccines are due, they start replying stop because they feel like their inbox is inundated with these reminders, but it is for your benefit. So just make sure that you do not opt out. What else? So you also, when you have the credit on your account, instead of putting the bill on your charge card that has these APR fees, you avoid the high interest associated with credit cards. Cash is king. So use your credit. It works just basically as cash. And this also encourages routine checkups. There are so many times where we go to schedule a client for a follow-up or just something that they need to come back for, and they say, no, I can't schedule right now because I have to wait till I get paid. Or I'm going to wait till tax season to do this, or the surgery, or how far can I put it off? And it's like they keep pushing it off. It only hurts the pet even more and creates more stress for them. So having the credit encourages you to schedule what is needed when it is appropriate. You don't have to keep pushing things off. And also ask about wellness plans. This is found with the bigger, like the corporate veterinary hospitals. They might offer wellness plans that will lower the cost and spread the cost over time, over the year, to help you stay on top of the veterinary care that your pet needs. Now, the most widely recognized and used form of type of credit card for veterinary services specifically, is Care Credit. You've either applied for it, been denied by it, or heard about it at your veterinary office, or used it for another type of service because it's not only for veterinary services. You can go onto the website. I'll link it here somewhere, and you can do a pre-qualification, a soft credit check, where they don't do that hard inquiry on your credit report off the bat. You can do a soft credit check to see if you pre-qualified for whatever amount you put in for. A lot of people say that they get denied because there are credit qualification criteria that you have to consider, just like with anything else. But it's something that's worth applying for. Sometimes you can even apply for it at your veterinary office. So say you need your services immediately, you can go to the front desk, customer service, or whoever, somebody can assist you with applying for the Care Credit on site, and they will give you the credit card number immediately, so you don't have to wait to get it in the mail. So if you can get approved for it, I think that it's something just to have just in case. The other one for veterinary services is Scratch Pay. I haven't used this myself, but I have applied and been denied. I'm not saying that to discourage you guys, but just to let you know that I have also applied for it in the past. And this was when I was at an emergency vet. It's already integrated in their system, so you can, again, apply for it on site if you are at the hospital or an urgent care location, and hopefully you can get approved for it. So those two are the two major credit card financing companies for veterinary services. Check them out if you have not already. And then, of course, there is the traditional payment options like a regular Visa or MasterCard credit card, your debit card, which comes straight from your bank, the Amex, and, of course, cash. Everywhere, take cash. So when I was looking for other financing options for veterinary services, I started to look state by state, but I really wasn't finding anything returned other than Care Credit and Scratch Pay. I know that there is a credit union in Pennsylvania somewhere that offers special financing for veterinary services. I will put the information somewhere, either across the video or in the description box, to make that available to you. They may offer it outside of Pennsylvania, I don't know, but it doesn't hurt to share. You can take a look at that yourself. Some other options for financing or paying for your veterinary services that a lot of people may not consider or feel like as if they they don't have the time for. But volunteering, I love to volunteer. Whenever I volunteered, I left feeling so fulfilled. And I say that my volunteer jobs have been the best jobs that I've ever had. So that's just me sharing my personal view on volunteering. But it definitely is something that you should consider. If you do it at a shelter, shelters are always in need of extra help. Or if you contact your veterinary office, they would appreciate the extra help. It helps them to save the cost of paying for staff. Not that you will be doing something that you need to have a certain set of skills for, but if you can help to take, laundry off their hands or cleaning or something, it might work in your favor and they would appreciate it. And you might be able to exchange your time for discounts. So it doesn't hurt to ask. And volunteering is a great networking opportunity. So if you have a teenager that is of working age, or you are part of a household that has multiple pets, one of you can go someplace and volunteer so that your pets within that household can take advantage of discounted veterinary services. So it's just something to consider and something that I highly encourage. Your local shelter probably offers low cost services. They rely on donations from the community, and they also get grants, and they have corporate sponsorships, but it's still the community that they rely on, and it's the locations that they serve. So I feel that time spends better than money. So volunteering is something that I'm very passionate about. And through the extra help that they get, they are able to offer the low cost services. So check with your local animal shelter, see if you can volunteer, see if they have job opportunities, and take advantage of their services and their expertise, and just their insight. They can even give you some advice on how to become a better pet parent for things that you can do at home. Something to consider. Regularly check the shelter websites. The shelter that I'm very familiar with and I have a good relationship with is Brandywine Valley SPCA. I have adopted multiple pets from them, and they offer a low cost. Just to use them as an example, they do offer a low cost spay and neuter program throughout the year. The promotion that's going on right now is for $10. Like, who can beat $10? Even if you get state funding, I think that you have to put up $20. So to get a service like surgery for $10 is just something that, like, you'd be crazy to not take advantage of. So check with your local shelter to see if they offer something the same or something similar. And then I just mentioned the state funding. If you receive state assistance, you may qualify for the state-sponsored spay and neuter program. Each household, I believe, is able to get a certain number of certificates per calendar year to take to your vet. My vet is a private practice, and we also accept the state certificates. So a lot of people take advantage of that, and also the corporate ones. So they're going to get reimbursed, or I don't know. Actually, I don't really know how it works on the back end. It's not really my concern, but if you can get qualified for it, definitely look into it. Pet insurance is something that, of course, helps to pay for the bills. You get reimbursed a large portion of the bill. I don't believe it's ever 100%. I think it might be 90%, and you still have to pay 10%. I didn't elaborate on that. I'm not going to elaborate on that in this video because I want to do a bit more research on the different plans, because there's a lot of options out there, and I think that's just like too many options. So I just want to kind of filter it down for you guys if I'm going to share it, so that you have the most accurate information and the best information possible that I can find. So in conclusion, there's options out there for you. You just have to ask, and it comes down to what you're willing to do and how prepared you are. It's never the case of if an emergency happens, but when the emergency occurs, it's inevitable. I focus on senior pets, so they have special needs. They need the blood work. That's the most expensive blood work. They have, one of my dogs, she gets her monthly Librela shots, and then they have the allergy and, the aches and the pains, and you just need to make sure that the organs are still functioning because they're getting older. So I am in the same position as many of you. So this is coming from a place of love, and I want to make sure that you have all the information that I have, and hopefully that you can take advantage of all of the different options out there. I do plan to do a second video to this for some additional alternative financing from companies that I have used personally. So I'm only going to recommend the ones that I have had credit with, so that you know that they are legit. yeah, I think that that's pretty much it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you share this information with others. I do have many more topics that I am going to do videos on. I love to talk about pets, so I'm going to do them pretty frequently. So if you haven't seen the video from me, just drop me a comment, say, hey, we're waiting, get on it. So anyway, I hope that you found this information helpful, and please leave an encouraging comment with a like and follow. And again, there are a lot more topics that I plan to share, and I don't want you to miss out on any of them. So thank you for watching, and I will be back soon.